how I replaced a rotting galvanized drain line. I had these old galvanized pipes, and what had happened is this nipple broke off inside of these drainage fittings, leaving nothing to connect onto, so I had to cut all this out and clamp in a new setup. What I did is I connected these special cast iron drainage fittings with a galvanized finish. These are the only type of threaded fitting you can use on a drain line. You can't use the standard galvanized fittings you get at the big box store because they're not designed for drainage. These fittings have the proper geometry to be used on a drain. They're almost shaped like PVC fittings would be, and they're perfect for this type of application. You can see what I did is I took a 5-inch nipple and I cut it in half so I could clamp it on each end. You want to clamp on a bare pipe with no threads, so that's what I did here and here with 2 knob couplings, which are really good for repair situations. And then what I did is I screwed the threaded end of the nipple into each fitting, and then I just used a close nipple to connect the bottom of the T to the 45. And this pipe not only serves as a drain for the sink, but it also serves as a wet vent for the toilet and the shower. So this pipe is actually pretty important, and I wanted to make sure they did it properly. Now you don't want to sandwich plastic between metal because the metal could be too heavy and crack the plastic, so that's why I'd used galvanized between galvanized. You can see really how heavy this pipe must be because the whole entire run, man, this is probably about maybe 10 feet of galvanized. And right there, I held it up with a clevis hanger for when I cut it, but it's still not enough support. You still want to use metal right here. And then after you do that, you can just branch off with plastic, which is what I did there. I use a plastic trap, which works perfectly fine. I use PVC. You can use ABS. It really depends on what your area allows. And that is the way to do it. You know, some cases you might find it easier just to continue on and have a chrome trap, but PVC is a little easier to work with in this case, especially when I don't need to use galvanized in this area.